What's going on YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. Most people wake up every day and focus on whatever is most important to them and what they choose to do in life. Meaning, you could be a businessman who goes straight to the computer and make calls, or even a trapper that decides to go to the block to make some money. These are just choices we make as people, whether to do something that's considered right or wrong. At a certain age though, most individuals realize I can live how I want to live and have freedom to do whatever I want to do. But with that comes consequences. For every action, it's a reaction. On a positive side, you get up, go to work, make a paycheck to take care of you and your family. On the flip side of that, you could be on that same type of time, but wake up, go to work one day, somebody cuts you off in traffic, you get mad, pull out a gun, and shots fired. Now your choices for that day just change your whole life. Some people are confrontational, they live for that. They wake up with a chip on their shoulder, wishing somebody will crack slick or say something to them so they can release their anger. While others might be a little more laid back, not wanting too many problems, but willing to defend themselves and stand on what they believe in. It's no secret. Nowadays, you can't go back and forth with nobody. Unless you understand, things can go left. But what if the confrontation we all try to avoid on a daily comes to us? How do you handle it? And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Texas to discuss a case of a confrontation over fake money to buy food that left a fast food manager gone. Back in the summer of this year, 33-year-old Daniel Shrewsbury was navigating life in San Antonio, Texas. The oldest out of 3 siblings, Daniel's focus was working hard and looking out for the younger ones in the family that looked up to him. Daniel was stated to be very outgoing and a loving individual that would give you his last dollar or the jacket off his back if you were cold. Being selfless and wanting to be a face in the community that made everybody smile, he had the right job, a manager at a Sonic's restaurant in San Antonio. All of Daniel's co-workers loved the man. He always was smiling, even on bad days, and took pride on his position at the restaurant. On his off days, he usually spent time with his family. One of those people being his little brother, who looked up to Daniel as a role model. This past summer in July, Daniel was in a good place in his life. Everything was going well at work, and he had a birthday coming up. On July 7th, it was a regular evening. Daniel got ready to head to the Sonics, where he was working that time as the night shift manager. When he pulled up and walked in, he noticed another manager arguing with a customer, a young lady, about a food purchase. The other manager informed Daniel that a group had came in and tried to order food and paid with a fake $20 bill. Recognizing the bill was fake, he let them know they were caught and just to leave. But the young woman still wanted food and tried to pay with real money, but the service was denied. Daniel politely asked the woman and her friends to leave, but they took the tip jar, which had about $100 cash in it, before walking back to the car. Daniel told them to stop. Before he walked outside, a man who was the driver told him to go back in, but Daniel told him, "Not before I get your tag number." That's when the man said, "All right, bro, you gonna get shot." Seconds later, multiple shots went off, and the car fled the scene. The other manager who was inside the building, realizing it was Daniel who was hit, ran outside and tried to help the man before he called local police. They responded to the Sonics to find Daniel suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, and unfortunately, he was pronounced gone on the scene. As witnesses and co-workers explained what happened, it wouldn't take long for them to see video footage of everything. 3 suspects, 2 women and 1 man. As Daniel's family received the news, they were heartbroken and devastated that he lost his life trying to do his job and help his co-worker. They wanted it to be known He was more than just a fast food worker, but a son, brother, and pillar in the community. As the community mourned the loss of Daniel, police worked on releasing still images of the suspects to the news. It didn't take long before they received a tip that the driver was a 27-year-old man named Joshua Joseph from New Orleans. The young woman who was seen on the video arguing with the manager was identified as 17-year-old Adele Robeson. And the third person and suspect that was with the group name ended up being withheld, as it was determined she was just a witness and never participated in the events. Joshua was quickly tracked down and didn't mind talking to the news. He claimed he is sorry Daniel lost his life, and he doesn't wish that on no one. But he claimed it wasn't his actions, but due to the actions of somebody he was with, and quickly pointed to the young lady as the shooter, which police had already determined and identified Adele, the shooter, from the video. Joshua was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit, only because he made a threat telling Daniel to get back before he gets shot. If it wasn't for that statement, he would have been released or charged with lesser charges. But the 17-year-old alleged shooter was MIA and added to the Texas top 10 most wanted list. Months would go by before a $5,000 cash reward was offered for any information on the deal. Just a few weeks ago, police got a tip. The young lady had changed a few things in her features and was hiding out at an apartment complex in Dallas. They headed to the location and found the young lady laying low at her apartment. She was picked up and taken into custody without incident, charged with first-degree murder and other charges from the summer incident that took Daniel's life. The community and Daniel's family was happy the alleged shooter was finally in custody, in which a lot of people felt the shooting was senseless. As of now, both Joshua and Adele are still in custody, and the case hasn't made its way to trial yet. They are both innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Daniel. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. For anybody that works or has worked fast food, I commend you. I definitely understand how hard and frustrating it is dealing with customers. Me, myself, I had worked at Wendy's, Burger King, and McDonald's in the past, and people will definitely make you throw the headset and run up on that car. But in Daniel's situation, it seemed like he was just following protocol as a manager. I know a lot of us will say he should have just let them leave, but everyone doesn't think like that. Some people take their job serious. And at 17 years old, Adele unfortunately made a decision and now has to face the consequences of her actions, as we spoke on earlier. Life is all about choices. She had real money but tried to pay with the fake cash, and when she was caught, instead of leaving and going to another restaurant, she stole a tip jar with $100. The situation is definitely petty and not worth a life or to be in that jam at all, facing a life sentence. And Joshua, at 27, I'm not sure his relationship with Shorty, but now he is jammed up for making a threat, all over some fast food. The thing that always gets me about these stories, that nobody in the situation woke up and thought that day would end like this. Not Daniel, not even Adele or Joshua. Don't let a split-second decision make you ruin your life or take somebody else's life. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, messed up story. Rest in peace to Daniel. I definitely send my prayers and condolences to his family. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Leave it in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This is another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.